I think that if we take appearances at face value and think that things, objects have their own existence, then we posit reality behind those appearances. Just like for one who takes the drama in a movie for real, we might say, no, the reality of the drama, the screen, lies behind the movie. It is and can't be found in the movie, and is as such in relation to the things in the movie. The screen is mysterious. You cannot find it anywhere in the movie. It lies behind it. It is veiled by it. So from this we get the idea that reality is concealed by the world, that it is veiled by the world. And I know that, Bernardo, that this is not what it's not all you're saying. You would say that, but you would then qualify it. I understand that. And I think, and this is very often how the non-dual traditions, or certainly the traditions that I'd been brought up in, the Vedantic and Tantric traditions, they first start by suggesting that the world veils its reality, that reality lies somehow behind the world and as such cannot be found in the world. In that sense, it is mysterious. But the idea of being a mystery in that context is predicated on the belief that the world is a world made of physical things. Therefore, its reality is mysterious and somehow lies behind it. But in order for that idea of mystery to hold up, we must credit the world with its own existence, veiling reality. Now imagine that we didn't start with that. Why? Because, as we all understand and agree, that there isn't a physical world. That the physical world is how reality, God's being, infinite consciousness appears from our localized perspective. So let's not start from appearances and work back towards reality. We've done that. We've been doing that for years. Let's remove all that. Let's start with reality.
Right.
And so, from the point of view of reality, there is nothing that is not reality. So there's no question of reality ever being veiled, because it could only be veiled by something that was other than itself. And if it was other than itself, it would not be real, and therefore could not exist. In just the same way that for someone who is lost in the content of a movie, we might say, to begin with, as a concession to their being lost in the movie, we might say the screen lies behind the movie and is veiled by it. No, that's a concession to their belief that the landscape in the movie is real. So let's start with the screen. You start with the screen. There's no question of the screen being veiled by the movie, because all there is to the movie is the screen. The screen cannot veil itself with itself. It could only veil itself with something other than itself. And how can something other than the screen appear on the screen? So if we start with reality, there's no question of the world concealing reality. It is a revelation of it is the shining of reality, albeit a one that is limited to our particular perspective of it. I'm not saying that all there is to reality appears as the world, but whatever it is that appears as the world is that reality. And in that sense, what I'm heading with this is that it's not reality that is mysterious. Reality is staring itself in the face all the time. It is the world, as it is normally conceived, that is mysterious. So mysterious, in fact, that nobody has ever found it. So, so from this point of view, it's so difficult for us for those of us that have come from this materialist model and slowly replaced our understanding with this non-dual understanding, but to literally walk around the streets not intellectually feeling that the reality of what we see lies behind, but that literally what we are experiencing as the world is God's infinite being, is the activity, the movement of infinite consciousness, and to feel it as that, then we would not feel that there was a mystery behind the world, but that the world itself was imbued with meaning and significance, not some other meaning, not that it's pointing to something other than itself, but that it is itself. And I'm sure nearly everyone has had this experience. Listening to music, it often happens with me, or visually as well, where you feel that the world itself is just pregnant with significance. Its meaning doesn't lie beyond it or behind it. It is its meaning. It is only our reducing it to physical stuff that denies its meaning, and we then have to posit its meaning somehow behind it.